everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. Today, my guest is Ricky Johnson. Hi, Ricky.
Is that camera see me right there?
That camera, and me. So make sure you wink at me, too.
I was drinking this.
Yeah?
Liquid Death.
Oh, Liquid Death. What is it?
Delicious.
Yeah? It's the best water. You got to check it out.
The best water ever.
Yeah, make sure we show that label.
Yeah,
show everybody what they need to drink.
There we go.
How are you, Ricky?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I haven't seen you in a minute. So.
Yeah, it's been like, 2 years? So
It's been a little bit. You were
like
supposed to come
14.
to my wedding, but then, you were like, oh, I got shit to do.
wow,
bitch.
way to call me out
I got
on the
shit to
podcast.
do,
You've
yeah.
never said that until now. Like, holy shit.
I'm fucking with you.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
No, it's not good. It's not good. No,
I'm coming to
you got a busy life.
the reunion. Not the reunion.
Yeah.
What's it called when the wedding happens again? Like the renewal of vows.
Oh, okay. So like
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that. Okay,
I want to
okay.
come when I know it's real, you know? Everybody gets married.
Yeah. You're
like-
I want to come for the actual commitment.
Yeah, when you guys have like 3 kids, I'm
Got
like,
it.
oh yeah, they're set. You know? So,
You'll come to the birth of one of the children, but fuck everything else.
hey, fact, you know, certain moments are more important, you know?
So what have you been up to? I mean, I know obviously you perform, but you are directing.
Yes, for Reality Kings.
Okay.
And I'm having my new company come out within the next month. It's called Ricky's Room. So,
Ricky's Room.
Yes.
Ooh, it sounds like a playground. Who
It's-
goes to it?
You, if you want.
Hot chicks.
You, if you want. You gotta be out here. Everybody can come to Ricky's Room. It's just a fun place.
Yeah.
I just want to like build a brand and like, you know, slowly start my venture outside of porn.
Okay.
I'm still gonna stay involved in porn, but you know, I just want to like set the foundation for like the future.
Yeah, you're just trying to branch out and do other things because it gets exhausting
Yeah,
slinging that
man.
huge thing around, you know?
It's almost time for me to call it quits. I got like 2 more years max.
Ricky, I have known you for years, and every fucking time I see this guy, he's like, man, fuck, I got like 6 months left, I think. I don't, shit.
Hey, no, that's true.
You always say,
But-
and every time I see you, the time's added. Yeah. Like last time it was like 6 months. You're like, I got like 2 years left, so fuck.
It's because the money is like good enough where I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll stay. You know,
Oh,
I'll stay,
okay.
I'll
I'm
stay.
gonna add another couple
I'm like,
months.
yeah, I'm always gonna be involved in porn, but
Yeah.
it's like slinging dick to the level in which I'm slinging right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slow it down because I
Yeah.
wanna start a family. Not that you can't start a family while you're like fucking and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I just wanna like, you know, spend like a lot more time
Yeah.
devoting to like someone like my queen and shit like that.
I like that.
Whoever
Do you
it
have a
is.
chick right now?
I do not. So if anybody thinks I'm
Ladies,
talking to them, I'm sorry.
Ricky's hot as fuck, and Google that thing. You know
No,
what
but
I'm saying?
I'm not dating right now. Like I'm very transparent to everybody I
Okay,
talk
he
to.
is not dating,
I'm
but
not
he'll
dating
fuck.
right now. Yes, I
if
will
you're
fuck
tested.
You. Sneaky link and all that good stuff. You can, like,
Are you on
know.
any apps? Are you picking up chicks
No.
on Tinder or
I've never done that.
no?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been hearing a lot about this Hinge app. I've never used
I
any of
heard
those,
Hinge.
but
It sounds. I would go on that one because it sounds cool.
someone told me the other day. I was like, "What's the difference between a Hinge and Tinder?" They're like, "It's more sophisticated. There's
Yeah.
more things, and they're verified, and it tells you where they work." I'm like, that is kind of creepy.
There's Hinge, there's Bumble, there's Tinder, there's some other thing, but like that's like the new way of meeting people.
Grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in like 10 years ago or maybe less than that, it was like frowned upon if you were on a dating app. They're like,
Yeah.
you're meeting somebody on a fucking app. You
But they
loser."
had, I remember, this was probably, I think, like 9 years ago, maybe it was 10, that Plenty of Fish site.
Oh, I heard
I
that one,
actually
yeah.
have a friend who found her now husband. They've been together for like 8-9 years on that website. It was just random.
Yeah.
But I remember that one. And then there's that one weird Farmers Only.
Well, that's why it got popular, I think, is because that shit started working. People were getting laid. and they're,
farmers
like, in
were
abundance.
fucking it up.
It's like,
They're like, hey,
you got 3 pigs? Oh, come over, baby. I love you.
I got a cow you can milk, and you can also milk me. It's a
love
win-win, you know? So what are you doing with your company? So Ricky's Room, are you just doing boy-girl scenes? I mean, I know you've seen threesome you just showed me, but
Yeah. So
okay.
there'll be like gangbangs, and I want to do showcases for girls. I just want to like add a new company into like.
I like that.
Because I remember doing like the whole Black Lives Matter thing. I was
Yeah.
trying to preach. Well, I was preaching that like ownership is so important.
It
A
is.
lot of people were talking about discrepancies and issues that they had amongst like companies, and I'm just like, if you just beg the companies, it's their liberty to be like, fuck you, or they'll say something like, oh yeah, we care, we'll book some people for you for like a year, and then it goes back to normal. But like, if you really give a shit, or like, you got to make the sacrifice where you become the owner of the company.
That's
You
true.
make the decisions that you want to change. You know,
Boss shit. You know what I'm saying?
boss shit, baby.
Yeah.
So you know, in due time.
I love that though. But you were telling me, am I allowed to say what it looked like, or is that a surprise?
Yeah, just wait on that part.
Okay,
You know? Just wait on
it's
that part.
cool.
I'm gonna drop it
It's
randomly.
cool.
Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be one day.
he'll
on some
drop it, but it
Kanye
looks
shit.
really cool, like the look of it. So
a nice
it's a little
thing.
different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to change the game. You know,
Ricky's bringing that shit to the table.
You
Okay,
only live once, so you know.
this
just
is
gotta do
true,
whatever
and you
can.
never know. All we have is today. So.
Facts. You know, this could be my last interview.
Oh God. You're just-
Hey, good for the podcast, huh?
Hey, see you later. Never mind. No, I won't.
You'd be like, Ricky died. That shit's gonna blow up.
Fuck yeah. Dude, I got so many views because you died. Like, thanks, Ricky. R.I.P.
I got you.
Yeah.
I died for you.
The fucking like promo image is you with wings.
I know. It's like Ricky's last interview.
Oh my God. But really though, I do love that about you starting your own shit, because I do think that's important too, not to have all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like I was talking about earlier with someone, it's important for us to do that, because after we do porn, I mean, it's obviously out there forever, but we don't have many different things we can do without people being like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't want you working here.
Yeah, there's a lot of like jobs that are like, I used to do porn.
Yeah.
Oh, like or
Nope.
when people found, it was like a cop that they found out she did something, and they're like, oh, you're fired. You know, a teacher like, oh, you're fired.
I know someone who was in the military, and you know they did porn before, and then they got in the military and they found out, and then they got discharged,
Damn.
like dishonorably discharged
Just
because of it.
It's tough.
Yeah. So, you know, the struggle's real.
Yeah, it's tough out here. But I do think the game is changing. I do think, like, you know, in about a couple years, it's going to be a slow transition to be more acceptable. It'll never be fully acceptable just because,
Yeah.
you know, half and half. But, like,
There's religious people and, you know, people that just are celibate and all that
yeah,
stuff. So,
just people just hate sex.
yeah.
But we're getting there. It's slow grind.
I agree. It has gotten better. What is your opinion about OnlyFans? Do you think it's going to get beaten out by someone else? I mean, because I feel like there's always something better that comes along. Or what do you think about it?
I think that's dependent on OnlyFans. I think they're in
Yeah.
control of like the whole sex worker community right now. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, every sex worker is like, well, I'm going to get OnlyFans. That's like the
Yeah.
first thing you do now.
I know, right?
Like, get an OnlyFans and then
Yeah.
you worry about everything else.
Yeah.
But I remember there was that moment where they were gone for like 3 days, and then fucking World War III was happening.
I
on
know.
Twitter, and everyone's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I
I
just bought a
know.
house.
That's why I'm saying
Fuck, am I
it's
gonna pay mortgage?
exactly. It's like so important to not rely on one thing, like
Yes.
when we're doing this.
I do think low key it will probably stop fucking with sex workers at some point.
Yeah, because
Possibly. I think
yeah.
that's like a 70-30. Like, you know.
I heard that too. Like they're trying to get more mainstream people and doing like ads and stuff, like using our pages.
But I still think we have like at least 2-3 more years to
Yeah.
squeeze the limit as much as you can. But it's
Crazy.
important for people to put their eggs in other baskets. I think you need at least 7 passive incomes, like passive income.
I
You
agree.
get financial freedom. Like,
Did Reality Kings ask you to direct, or did you kind of present to them something and you were like, hey, I would love to direct. This is what I can do.
that I presented to. So when I got contracted, the one things I said was like, hey, I would like to, like, you know, produce and direct. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool, you know. In my mind, I was like, they probably just like, yeah, whatever. But we
Yeah.
want you to fuck. And I'm like, all right, let me, like, everyone probably says I want to direct for you guys, so let me do my
Oh,
part.
yeah.
So I hired a crew, and I kind of know how they shoot their stuff. So I wrote 2 scripts and did 2 scenes, and I sent it to them. And they bought one of them, and they were like, okay, yeah, I bet. Then
What was the one that got you the directing gig? Like,
it
what
was a scene with Vicky Chase. It's on Babes.
Okay.
And I forgot what it's called. It's
And
terrible.
Babes is romantic. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
pretty...
my vibe. I really fuck with like the romantic vibe because I'm cool with like the hardcore fucking.
Yeah.
I can do both. But like,
Yeah.
I
You
feel like
prefer
I
the
prefer like 'cause
sensual...
I'm a chemistry guy. Like
Yeah.
I really like the passion and like
What?
the
You don't like to
lovemaking.
slam people around? Like, what's wrong
I can
with
do
you?
both,
Kidding,
but
yeah,
I'm just
kidding.
saying, like,
oh,
I
I
really
know
like the
you can. I've had both versions. Do you remember the sensual scene we had to do for that one guy? Oh, I can't even think of the company name, but I had to pretend like I had never like been fucked before, and
Was
my
it-
line
Oh, we
could
stopped
not
laughing. Yeah.
stop laughing.
No, that shit was hilarious.
It was like 27 takes. We couldn't, and my line was, I don't know if I can handle that big black cock. And you were like, hey, it's okay. You said, it's okay, baby. Don't you worry. I don't know what you said, but oh my fucking God, I've never laughed so hard in my life. It was
that's probably the main part
funny.
of that scene that I remember. Is just we couldn't stop dying. It was like we had like 3 lines. And we were there for like
the guy was
20
like
minutes.
getting pissed off. He's like, oh my God. And then finally we got to the sex and he's like, okay. He was like happy.
It's okay that you guys did that. Yeah.
Was it hard for you to write a script or did it come naturally?
It came natural. It wasn't like a super long script. It was just like more like vibey. And it was like the script for that one was I had a girlfriend and she was going to work and her roommate came and needed to use a shower. And so then my girlfriend left and she FaceTimed me. But while she was FaceTiming me, the other girl was like blowing me. So
Oh my God.
but this was like low-key,
That's
this was
crazy.
based on like a true story. Like
This happened to you? Oh.
It was like, it was a situation that happened but we didn't have sex. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell a story. I don't know if I'm not gonna give details. Let me not fuck up there. So I was dating someone
Yes.
and then they had a best friend, and then so the person I was dating left for work, and their best friend was at her crib, and like she just like came out the shower and just like dropped her towel, and
Wow.
she
Like,
sat
that's
on the
straight porn shit.
And, no, and I was
Yeah.
so and like I was in heat. And I was like, let me be natural.
You were in heat.
And then she sat on the couch next to me, and then she like starts stretching provocatively. And I was just like looking at.
Was she
the
doing like
TV.
downward doggy? Or
I was
like
trying
what?
not to like turn around and watch because that would be like so obvious. And I was just like, all right, she's in her zone. I don't know
Yeah.
why she's like butt ass naked next to
Yeah.
me. And I'm just like, let me just look at the TV.
That's
And
a
I thought
fucking
nothing happened.
Brazzers scene, seriously.
I was almost sweating. I was like, did she want to have sex? But I was like, no, I can't think like that. We haven't had that verbal communication, so I
Yeah.
ignored it. You know, we had sex in the future, but in that moment we didn't because I was like.
So what did she end up doing? Just putting her towel back on and
Yeah,
walking
after
away?
like another like 6-7 minutes, she like went back and like put
Yeah.
and put her clothes on. But I was like, what the fuck was that? Like that
So-
felt so wrong.
So you used that situation for the script. The blowing didn't happen. Did you want it to happen? Is that why you thought of that?
Yeah, no, I wanted to fuck the shit out of her in that
Yeah,
moment. But like,
yeah.
I have very strong self control.
I mean, apparently, because I would have been like, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah, no, I wanted to say something, but at the
Oh.
same time, I was in my
Slide on
ex's
over.
crib. Like, there
I
was a
don't
lot
know
of
what
other
it is.
factors that like.
I mean,
stopped
I don't
that.
know if it's because I have a pussy or what, but I feel like women can get away with a lot more, like when
Facts.
we're talking.
Yeah, you can.
Because if you were like you want to fuck her? Oh my God.
If
I'm
right now
offended.
I said, hey,
I'm
Kenzie,
gonna
do
go
you
on
wanna fuck?
Twitter and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But me, I'd be like, do you want to like fuck or what's going on? No,
Yes.
no. Like, okay, yeah, I do.
No, it's a good double standard for women. That's a
It
cool
really
one.
is.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I call it the power of puh. Like, it's like the power of the pussy. Like, certain women have the power of the pussy, and I think every woman must have power of the pussy. But
Yeah.
when they know they have the power of the pussy, then there's like a good 50% of the guys who you own just right there.
Yeah, it's true. It's beneficial in life. So speaking of pussy, who is your favorite like female performer to work with? If you had to,
Impossible
no,
question.
no.
Impossible
like,
question.
Not just one. I'm just saying like if you had to pick like 2 people that you thoroughly enjoy and you have great chemistry with.
Such a.
It's
there's
really not.
There's
There's so-
like 56 that I really enjoy.
I know, but you could just pick like a top 2 where you're like, dude, I do fire scenes with them. They're an awesome person. Check out my scene with them.
You should have texted me this one, because I would have been able to think, and
You're
now I'm like literally on the spot. All right, I'm gonna say my ex Keisha Gray, just because like,
Oh, I love Keisha.
man,
Keisha, I love you, and you're so fucking hot, and she's cool as shit.
you
but-
already know how I feel, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Go on.
And also my other ex, Kendra Spade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm just gonna
hot.
give it like a nice chill answer.
Yeah,
Just
look
like
at you.
My last 2
Just
exes can't.
both of the
Yeah.
exes, you're like, what's up?
And you know what? We both my exes, we make fire content. Like,
Yeah. Are
this-
you on good page with your exes?
I'm on good pages with Keish,
Yeah.
and I'm on good pages with Kendra.
You're like,
I'm on good enough pages. you know?
Yeah, I get that.
She knows how I feel about her as well.
Where are you from?
I'm from Inglewood, California. Yeah. Also, quick thing, because I
Yeah.
brought up Kendra, so maybe she'll see it one day. But Yeah, Kendra Spade is an amazing chick.
She is cool as shit.
Dope as fuck. She's
Yeah.
one of the smartest girls I've ever dated.
And
That was
she's
one of the
really,
things that
she's
caught
really,
me.
really like respectful. Like she has
Yeah.
very like good manners. I know that's weird to notice, but I notice things like
Yeah.
that.
And also, I can't say one thing about one ex without the other. So also Keisha, really fucking amazing. We were like, we had the chillest relationship ever. Like,
Yeah.
we just did nothing together. It was just so like, and when you just do
Yeah.
nothing and like just.
And it's
felt
okay.
right,
Yeah. That's a cool thing.
I don't know if I can do that now, but I mean, it's a different. It'll be a different relationship.
Yeah, new dynamic with a new
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
for sure.
But enough about the exes.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you saying? I had to get off.
You're
my
from
chest.
Inglewood, so
Inglewood,
you're born and
California.
raised there.
Yeah, born and raised in California.
Have you
And-
ever moved out of California, or you've just always stayed in California?
No, but I plan to like live outside of America in my 40s.
Where?
I don't know yet. Like in my late 30s, I plan to just travel to different places for like a month at a time. And whichever place I like politically and just like and like all that type of shit, I'm gonna like live there. And if they all were worse than America, then I'm just like, I'm sorry, America. I was talking all that shit, but you
coming
guys
back,
are number
Cali.
one, baby.
You're like, I'm going
So,
back
yeah.
to Cali.
So I'll give it options and shit, and just like travel for like 5 years, and then wherever I like, that's where I'll just.
That's dope.
Put another
Are-
baby in my wife, and then we'll stay there.
Are you a pretty like easygoing person as far as like when you're making plans or plans to travel? Like, do you like to plan every single thing out, or you kind of just go with the flow?
No, I'm spontaneous. Like,
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey, you want to go to Barcelona? I mean, I haven't really traveled like that yet, but like
Yeah.
when I do, it's gonna be like, hey, you want to go to Spain? You want to go here? Like, let's just go, same day type of thing.
You like that shit. What is your favorite place you have ever been to so far?
Miami. Like I haven't really traveled.
Okay. Well, Miami's cool. It's
I was in
different.
Turkey.
Yeah.
I was in Turkey because I got a hair surgery, and
Did that hurt, by the way?
they gave me Xanax. It's my first time ever having Xanax.
Oh, I was
and
addicted to that. It's gnarly.
I get it in a little bit.
It's
kinda,
the best. It
yeah.
just numbs you and you feel amazing.
Yeah, I
Like,
felt amazing, and they
yeah.
were like cracking my head. And I saw blood trickle down my fucking eye, and I
just
was
like,
just like,
"Fuck it, dude."
yeah,
Yeah.
do your shit, my guy.
dig into that shit.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
And he offered me a bunch. He was like, the doctor was like, I have a bunch of Xanax. You want? I was like, nah.
Do you think you would get addicted? Like
No,
to
I don't
any
think
drug or
so.
alcohol, or you don't think
I
you're
don't have
you-
an addictive personality.
that's
I had
cool.
a gambling run for a while where I was gambling like a motherfucker.
I
But
love
it's
gambling.
because I was winning, so like I didn't really
Yes.
count that as addiction until I lost. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm addicted. Let me see.
But the thing is were you were winning, and then you lost, and you're like, I'll win it back, and you just kept going back, or was it like, okay, I need to fucking stop?
Well, I had a year where I was just playing casually.
Yeah.
And then I had more money to like gamble with, and then I was like winning like 30K, and like 40K, and 50K, and I was like,
No big deal.
but then I was like, I made it like the main thing I was doing. Like if I wasn't going to work, I was like, well, I'm making more gambling. This is
yeah.
now number one.
This is my priority. Everything else, fuck off.
Yeah, this is funding everything. So we're gonna go here when I'm have my free time. And then
Like your friends ask you to hang out, you're like, no, I'm gambling.
no,
alone."
100%. I was like, no, I'm on a flight to Vegas. What the fuck? I want to hang out with you. I'm about to make like 30, 40K. It was bad.
I got my poker face on. What do you play? You-
roulette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
that shit is so fun.
It's addicting.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
But I'm good. I'm like what
What do you normally bet?
7 months sober on roulette. So we're good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
You normally bet on numbers or
I
outside?
go into numbers, and there's like other little mini ways to play and stuff like that. I learned a whole bunch of tricks, but
I always go on like the outside shit because whenever I've done numbers, I never hit.
when you do,
When you do though,
you hit.
you hit. That's
You
right.
hit.
So
Yes.
what is work like now that you're directing and producing and performing? Like, how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
It's so intriguing for me. So like for a good amount of time when I was like producing and directing, I was pretty much only really working. Well, I was a producer, so I was producing it and I was a performer, and so like I had like full control of everything. But I didn't want to be like a full diva, so I still went to like
Yeah.
other directors and worked for them. But it's like it's a different dynamic because like I kind of know how everything works. I know what the company asks for.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of dependent on what the producer like how they relay the information and what they do and how the director does that. You know, it's like the middleman. And so I see how I do things, and then I see how other people do things, and I'm just like, if I'm on like a 13-hour day, I'm just like, if I did this, I don't think it would be 13 hours. Like, you know, and it's just like, I get a little more irritable. I will never
Yeah.
show it, but it's just like, damn, I'm here, but we're only here because you didn't do your part. Like,
I think that is just a thing with directing in general with anyone because I could tell you from experience, Seth gets the same way. Like, he'll be on set for someone else and he'll be like, man, I wish they missed this shot. I wish they would have did this. We would have been done like 4 hours earlier. This lighting was terrible. Like, but I always like tell him, I'm like, I know, but like, you're not directing, so you just gotta step back. And he doesn't say anything. So, but I think it's definitely, I don't want to say it's a control thing because that sounds bad, but it's kind of a control thing in a way. You know what I mean? Because you get used to. He's an Aquarius too. That's weird. You get used to like, just doing all of that, you know what I mean, on the other side of the camera. So then like when you're, behind the camera for someone else, you're like, what's going on here?
No, fact. Like, what's happening? Like,
yeah. The comparison shit sucks though. Do you ever find yourself, as far as performance wise, have you ever been the type of person that compares yourself to like other performers or?
No, absolutely not.
That's
I like to do my own thing. I honestly didn't really see other people perform until I started directing, and it was like my chance to see other male talent. And like, sometimes I might pick up a move. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a cool move. I'm gonna add that to my repertoire type of thing. Or else I'll see it's like, oh, why are you doing like, it's just interesting. It's like everyone has their own vibe and their own way of doing things. It's just like, it's just cool to see,
their own swagger.
Yeah, but I like to keep me because like it's cool if I see a fan, they're like, hey, I like your work because like you do they say something very specific in like how I perform. Like that means a lot because it's like you notice like the little small things that I try to do and shit like that. So
I love when people notice the little things.
Yeah.
Sometimes. One time someone noticed like my nail polish was chipped and it was like this whole paragraph comment about how terrible it was on Pornhub, and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, Pornhub comments.
Leave me alone. Yeah. After I read a few of them, I was like, I cannot go on here anymore and read these. They are brutal.
Yeah, some are brutal. Like some are really good,
some
but
are
like
amazing,
you might see one that's like bad.
I was just like, God damn.
There's this one chick on Pornhub who just like did like Pornhub, like she did reviews of Pornhub scenes, and then like it was like old Pornhub scene for like when I first got in. It was like a little gangbang, a Halloween gangbang, and she just like went in on all of us and just like making fun of us and shit like that. And I was like, this bitch. And then I was like, I was about to get the video taken down. And I was like, bitch, you don't understand. That's my footage. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that guy. Let her do what she wants to do, whatever.
Freedom of speech, I guess.
Have her time, But I wanted to go in on her, but I was like, nah, it's cool. It's good for people to hate. Like, it means you're doing something right.
Do you ever have like issues with social media as far as like people writing like negative things to you, or I guess fans or keyboard warriors trying to like argue with you and stuff? Do you ever have that issue?
I never retaliate to when someone writes anything, because like in my mindset, if like when someone writes something to you on Twitter, no one sees it except for you. Yeah. The moment you reply, then it becomes the world sees it. Like, exactly. All your people see it. So it's just like, why even entertain that type of thing? Yeah. There's sometimes where I want to, they'll say something and it'll be like, fuck you. I'm not gonna let you say that and just get away with it. But like, it's cool.
Sometimes it sounds really weird, but I've like typed something out and then I'm like, okay, that's what I would have said, and then I delete it and just don't write it. But yeah, like I feel the same way. It's because our characters or brands as performers, like that's what our social media is. Like Ricky Johnson is not you personally. Facts. You know what I mean? Kenzie Taylor's not me personally. So if someone's writing nasty shit to me and I'm arguing with them, that looks shitty for my brand. Like, what the fuck would I do that for? So, well, I'm glad
also to a lot of male talent and female talent, understand that your brand is your name. So when you get on Twitter and you like fucking go off and put your business
producers
out there,
look at that shit. Directors
look at that all the time.
Yeah, they really do, and people don't think that.
I promise you, I've had many conversations. They were like, "Oh, I can't do that person because what they said on here."
I have literally been on set where they have canceled people same day because of social media stuff. Yeah. Because it's a liability.
They have people that work for the companies that literally watch your shit. Yeah. All the time. So beware.
There's a heads up.
Be yourself, but I'm just saying, there's certain things you shouldn't write.
Yeah. So what are your hobbies like when you're not doing porn stuff? When you're your normal self?
I like to play video games.
What do you play?
There's I've been starting to get into Call of Duty a lot more because there's a lot of performers that like play Call of Duty and shit like that. It's kind of fun.
Warzone.
You're like fucking playing with your homies, like, what's up, man? And then this game called Super Smash Brothers. I play with my old roommate, like fucking 2 hours a day. We used to, but now we have less time. But every once in a while, we'll come and play for like 3 hours. It's like fucking die hard favorite game. Yeah. If my wife played fucking Super Smash Bros. I'd fucking put 8 babies in her. But I know that's like a lot to ask for. But, you know.
Is that on PS4 or what is it?
It's on Wii.
Oh,
It's on
okay.
Wii U. And,
I didn't even know you like Wii's still existed.
Yeah, I mean, I only use it for that game.
No, that's cool.
Everything
as
else
shit.
I give 2 shits about. But,
Yeah, you're like whatever.
I read a lot of manga in my free time. I'm into anime.
Okay.
I like just hanging out with friends, vibing. And
Do you play any sports? I know you used to
I used
do
to run
track,
track.
right? Yes. These legs, though, no one can see right now, but these legs, and when he has no clothes on his bottom half, this ass is no joke. Like, it puts even some chicks to shame, okay?
Thank you.
It's, yeah, no, it's.
Liquid Death.
Yeah. I love that
It's
you're
delicious.
awkward accepting compliments like I am. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
the same way.
Yeah.
No, but seriously. So you used to run track. Did you do that for a long time?
I started in 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I did it as like a PE credit thing, and then like I was good at it. So like then I went to college. I went to Long Beach State and
Mm-hmm.
ran track there, and then I joined porn while I was in the track team. So it was just a transition from track to porn.
Weird question, but do you think that, that having that cardio helped you?
100%.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yeah, I think so. That's why I
Yeah.
still continue to like. I run all the time, like 2 miles a day, every once in a while.
Do you do it on a treadmill or do you do it outside?
Outside, I like to just
Yeah.
like
Nature.
see the nature and shit like that. It's important to be in shape. I think our body is
very.
our body is our money. So it's just like
I say that all the time. I'm like, our body is what we use for work. Like, take care of it.
yeah, like I want to pick up
It's a
a chick and fuck her
temple.
for more than 5 seconds. Like I can't just do that without working out.
Yeah.
you know?
I remember one time I went like, I think 1 month straight without working out. And then I went to work and I did mesh and I went to go pull my leg back and it was like freaking out, shaking because I
leg
couldn't
shake.
I couldn't even hardly move. I'm like, this is embarrassing right now. What the fuck?
No, you can tell when someone doesn't really work out when they're riding you, like if it's their turn to like do something or like just certain positions.
When it's
that-
not 50-50.
Yeah,
You're
you're
like, okay, I will literally do it all.
I did a VR scene where like I'm not supposed to do shit,
Yeah.
and she was not with. She didn't look out of shape. She just wasn't out of shape.
VR is hard.
Yeah.
For chicks, like, if you're going to do VR, like, you have to be strong.
Yeah, you have to. Like,
Oh my
'cause you're
God.
fucking. It's 90-10 you.
Yeah, like, it's no joke. And even, like, when you do, reverse and shit, like, you're on your feet instead of being, like, on your knees or anything like that. So it's just, like, squat,
yeah.
like, constantly for, like, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
I'm just a plank. Just
It's...
continue.
That reminds me of when you were a cockroach for Halloween. Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah,
That was like,
yeah.
I think that was like 4 years ago or something.
Forgot about that.
That was fucking hilarious. And you were just like laying down at the party all the time.
Then I was a shadow, and that was interesting. 'cause-
You were?
Yeah, but like
I
no
don't
one
think I've
knew.
seen that
Yeah,
one.
because I was just like in all black, and no one knew who the fuck I was.
Did you do that on purpose because you don't want people to bother you?
No, I mean kind of, but it was interesting seeing people like look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then I took it
Yeah.
off. I was like, "Hey," they go, "Hey, what's up, Ricky?" I'm like, "Wow, you guys treat me different when like
Right?
when I'm a shadow."
What the fuck?
Yeah, so that was fun.
Why am I a shadow? So what do you think motivates you every day? Like, just you wake up in the morning, like
Legacy.
what? Yeah.
Like, just want to leave a giant legacy, and then like my future children, I want to be a great role model for them. So it's just like
I think
as-
that's awesome.
At some point they'll be able to look up my name, and they'll be able to like have the understanding of like what has my father done, and it's just like I want to have accolades and do stuff for society that they can like understand, and just like I don't know, just legacy and stuff for my
Yeah,
children.
more things than just sex. Like
Yeah.
you've actually contributed to
Contribute
society.
because
Yeah,
I think our job in the world is to contribute to the world to keep it running. and
yeah,
shit
like we're
that.
public figures. Like we,
Yeah.
I believe that's super important. I think that's awesome.
So
Who would you say is like two or just one person that's like the most influential in your life thus far?
that's far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go influential in porn.
Okay.
I'll do a lower.
Okay.
I like Kieran Lee. I like the way Kieran Lee moves. Like, if you don't know, Kieran Lee is a boss. He's just a boss guy. I'll give him his flowers.
Yeah. Google him.
Yeah,
There's also on the Apple iPhone. There's a GIF of him. He's the one that's like,
Yeah, I like Kieran Lee. Who else? I feel like there's somebody else. It's not the only guy in porn. Or maybe it is. I can't think. Well, yeah, that guy. So,
is there anyone that's not in the industry that's like influential to you?
honestly, I don't really have many mentors. I was having this conversation with someone. They were saying you need mentees, people that you mentor, your friends, and then people that mentor you, and then it's like a cycle. And so like you have people that you mentor, and then they mentor people, and people that you're just friends.
It reminds me of the
mentor.
12-step programs. But
Okay,
yeah.
And so for me, it's just like my thing is I'm missing is more mentors, because like I feel like I need more mentors.
And that's not something you can just be like tweeting out, "Hey, I need a mentor." Like,
Yeah, 'cause, like, that's
hit me
like,
up.
it's like,
Just slide in my DMs to mentor me.
oh, you know what? My old coaches, I feel like my track coaches,
Teaching you like discipline and
I had
stuff
a
like that.
Inglewood coach, my high school Inglewood coach, his name was Damon, Coach Damon. He was like a crazy good mentor. We did some fucking tough workouts.
Yeah.
We would literally at the end of almost every practice, he would be like 1,000 push-ups. And we'd be like, okay.
What?
And it was literally like 1,000 push-ups. And we would get to like 600 or something. He'd be like, all right, that's enough. Because it was like fucking nightfall.
How do you
Like,
how do you not fall down?
No, but it was just
After like 100, I would have been like, I literally can't move.
he was a mental coach. He made our mental like strong as shit. We did like a tire flip workout where we had this big ass tire.
Yeah.
And so we would run a 400, and then we would have like a minute to flip the tire. And wherever you are after a minute, you go run a 400 again until you flip the whole tire around the whole track.
Damn.
And it was just like he
Coach
made us,
Damon's no joke.
no
Fuck.
joke. But like now I work out on my own. Like I have no problem just like mentally like making myself like keep going, because it's like the shit I've been through with that guy. It was just like it's easy,
Yeah. So you think mentally then you basically push yourself for the most part?
Yeah.
Okay.
And porn's a mental sport. It's the most mental sport.
It's mental
All
and
sports
physical,
ever.
dude. Like my chiropractor says, like, we're physical athletes.
Yeah,
Like,
my neck.
we're professional
I got
athletes.
porn neck. From like always going like this when someone's riding me and like making sure you can see my face.
I
in
have the
camera.
neck of a 60-year-old. That's what my chiropractor told me after my x-rays. I was like, thank you, porn. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
My dick curves like a little bit to like the left from opening up for fucking 6 years.
Yeah.
So like
You're
no
like-
director can ever say I don't open up, because I can show you my dick from when I first got in. I'm like, this is for you guys.
Pull
you
up
know?
the Google images and they're like completely
Like,
different.
look at the little curves. It's like I notice it. Maybe you don't notice it, but like
Little
I look at my
slight.
shit every day. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that a
Yeah.
curve? Yeah. So
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
You just like wake up and you're like, what in the hell?
it's like a little curve. I don't know.
So how did you even decide that you wanted to do porn? I mean, was it just something you just wanted to try out, or?
Yeah, I was always a sexual person. It was always something like my friends were like not surprised about. But it was like I was in college when I was like I was going on hard times. I think my grandma had just passed, and she was a very prominent figure in my life. She was like my second mom. And I was just on some like fuck life type shit. And I was just looking up like porn in general, and I thought like this is $1 billion industry. And like I was thinking beyond performing. I was thinking about like producing, because I wanted to produce and just like do shit within that sex industry and shit like that. But I saw like the opening was like performing, so I sent in my pictures and shit. And then OC Modeling and this other company agency hit me up, and I talked to OC, and then I became.
You're still with them, right?
I'm still with them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You've been with them a long time.
I am OG, I'm
Yeah.
just like fucking
You're like, I'm still here.
still here. I'm still OC. My contract is coming up, ending soon.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Ricky's room might take off, and
Yeah,
you have a wife in a different
Ricky's room
country.
will
Who
take
knows?
off.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's
Yes,
going
to
to.
take off soon. very
100.
soon.
So, what do you think's the best compliment you've gotten lately? And it doesn't have to be like sexual. It can just be a nice compliment you got.
One of my close homies, I have like a good group of like 8-9 guy friends. And
Yeah.
one of my close homies, his like cousin came out here to visit like a couple times, and she like hangs around all of us, and she was like, of all the friends, you're the most mature friend. And like I was like, that means a lot. She's like, you have like the mind of like a 40-year-old, and I was like, I thought she said like I'm 40. I'm like, what the fuck? I just turned 30. Like I'm not ready for the old jokes. Like that's not
Yeah.
cool. And she's like, no, you're mentally 40.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll take that.
You're like an old soul.
Yeah,
kinda.
I am a goofball. I like to,
Yeah.
I'm like on
You're
bullshit.
hilarious.
I'm on bullshit half the time, but
Yeah.
I'm also like focused.
You're also a businessman.
Focus bullshit. Yeah, I'm
Business.
businessman and bullshit when I'm not on business. So
Bullshit, business, and party. Like,
Yeah,
A
little party. I am throwing 2 parties this year.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna throw 2 big ass fucking ragers.
Yeah. Just because, or
For the industry. Well,
okay. You
one
should do a
for the
4th of
industry.
July one.
That's too soon because I'm trying to put a lot of money into it. And it's like,
okay.
Pockets is.
What are you gonna have, like fireworks and shit?
Nah,
like,
I'm gonna spend like I want to put in like 30-40K into like a fucking party.
Damn.
And it's like an industry only party.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be at the end of like August and just like no phones as well. We'll have a room just for the phones.
That'd be dope as fuck.
And then just like everyone just fucking mingle, network, and
Yeah.
like just like fucking just have a great.
I
fucking
wish
time.
every event was like that. Like, hey, just leave your phone, you know, like a coat check type thing.
Yeah.
Like, here's a ticket and here's my phone. Like,
I promise you, the phone room is gonna be like the most busiest room though. 'Cause everyone's gonna be like, I need to go get my phone.
yeah. It's like, no, you don't.
yeah,
Lock it up.
we're a part of our phones at this point. You know, it's a wrap.
I totally agree. When was the last time that you did something for the first time?
Ooh, last time I did something the first time. It's a good question.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do first? Okay, can I ask you when's the last
Yeah.
time you did something for the first time?
So I bought an awesome domain and I wanted to start a website for it. So I directed my first Gonzo scene. It was a boy girl. I hired Coco Lovelock and Alex Jones.
Great people.
It was hot as fuck.
I fuck with that. I like that.
It is going to come out, but I just need to get some more shit shot. But yeah, that was the first time I ever directed.
Hey.
And it was, I mean, I'm sure you felt the same thing. Like, just so excited.
I was nervous as shit.
I was nervous, don't get me wrong, but I was so excited. I felt like a kid, like, before Christmas. Like, I could not fucking sleep. I was so stoked. I got to set, and I'm like, oh, like, so happy walking around like a crackhead look like.
Yeah,
Because I'm so stoked. But, yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm super passionate about, so.
I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, it was when I shot my first scene for my company, Ricky's Room. So
Okay.
it's like similar. Like it was Alexis Tay and Eliza Barr. It hasn't came out yet. It'll come out soon. And it was I was just like so. I mean, I've shot many scenes, and I was already directing for Reality King. So like,
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was like, everything has to be perfect.
But this is your own
This is like
stuff.
my own.
You
shit.
own
Like,
everything.
I own everything. So
Yeah.
I was just like, I was shitting bricks. I was like, why am I so fucking nervous? This is like I've done over
Were
500.
you shaking?
Things.
Like-
I was just a little like, are they
Yeah.
happy? Are they sad? Like, how do you guys feel? And then like, after like an hour, like after the picture started, like I was just chilling. Like, everything
Yeah.
was just flowing. But I was just like, I don't know. I was like, what if something goes wrong? You know?
Does that ever affect you when it comes to when you need to actually perform, like being super like nervous or concerned or anything like that? Does that ever like fuck with you, or
there's-
you've always like?
There's an interesting dynamic when I'm like producing and performing.
Yeah.
Because like I'm wearing two different hats.
Yeah.
And like I'm hardcore in the producing hat or the directing hat, where I'm like I'm not like any sexual. There's no sexualness to that because like
Yeah.
it's all business.
Exactly.
And then the girl will flirt with me. I'm like, hey. But I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking you.
Yeah.
like I should also maybe
Oh
flirt
shit.
back.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you know.
Let me put my other hat back on.
Yeah, so
Okay, now
that's-
we can fuck.
That's a toughie. So sometimes you know I gotta like switch quick. You know. Type of shit. So that's the
pretty
only
cool.
thing.
I like that. Ricky's Room.
Ricky's
Yet
Room,
again,
baby.
plugging it
Would
in.
you ever shoot for Ricky's Room?
I would love to. I want to see your new curve. I haven't seen the slight curve yet.
Don't talk about it.
It's
Now I'm
always been
nervous.
it's always been completely straight every
No,
time
it's
I've
still
seen.
completely straight. Like only I noticed.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like, it's like from here.
Now that you
it's
said
like,
something though, I'm gonna like blow you and be like,
Yeah, you're
wow,
gonna be lucky.
that slight curve. Like,
it's really fucking me up right now.
how do you think your family and friends would describe you? I like the evil laugh.
Well, they will call me just goofy, of like you know, kind of like an asshole, but just like a loving person, you know.
Like a sarcastic asshole? Are you sarcastic a lot?
I like to make jokes with my family. I'm
Yeah.
so like I've never been more real with my I'm so down to earth with my like my core family. Like
Yeah.
it's just so fun. Like
You're
we're
really
making
close
jokes.
with your mom, right?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and my mom were a vibe.
I always love seeing like your videos and shit that you put with her. It's funny.
Yeah, she's all I got.
Oh wow. Oh Jesus.
cut it off.
Oh my god. I thought I was gonna have to give you like CPR. Like, wait, do I remember how? Yeah, okay. I'm
But
good.
I wanna make a big family. So whenever my next baby mother, no, my next wife, my next other person that I put a baby in,
Yes.
like get ready. We're going back to back to back.
But you want long term. You're sick of this like fuck boy shit.
What do you mean?
Like just being single and just like fucking around and stuff. Like you really the next person, you know, you just want to settle down with. You're sick of just
Honestly,
slanging.
I just want a person that's like we're for each other, and then that's just the main whatever. Like I just think the world's changing in a way. It's like it's hard to like solidify and say what's like like monogamy in my opinion is dying. It's just like I don't think it's fully dying, but it's just like social media has made shit hard, especially for two people that are like attractive that the like people want to fuck all the time. So you're getting like say you're getting fucking 20 guys a day. I want to fuck you. And Steph's getting like fucking 20 girls a day. I want to fuck you. And just like other couples may not be like, oh shit, like this girl's kind of hot. I want to like dibble and dap real quick. But still love my wife. It's interesting.
It's an interesting dynamic for sure. I mean, how do you handle that as far as like mentally, disconnecting when it comes to personal and professional? How are you able to separate those when it comes to the mental aspect of it?
Well, because I have a lot of friends outside of porn. So like, I think a lot of people in porn, like they not really from California, so they come out here and then like a lot of their friends are only like porn folks, But like for me, it's like I've been in LA my whole life, so it's just like I have a lot of porn friends, but I also have equally a lot of like non-porn friends, and a lot of them I don't talk about porn with them, like,
same.
And they don't understand porn, like especially my chick friends, they're like, I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm just like, I want to tell you I want to tell you this cool story. They're like, that's fucking gross. I'm like, but like it's cool because that automatically separates us. It's like, they don't want like be you, like be like the Clemente, it's like it's a separation. So
I think that's awesome. I kind of have the same thing. Some of my friends though, they do like to hear those stories, especially like the way we talk in porn, like we talk about like gaping assholes like it's the door closing over there, like it's nothing, you know what I mean? So I'll like have a sexual conversation with my friends that aren't in the industry and they're just like, whoa, and they laugh their asses off. And it's just like nothing to me because that's how we always talk.
But, like gaping assholes is like whatever. People are like gaping assholes. What?
What does that even mean? I don't know.
It means that you can fit this liquid death can in your asshole.
That's true, and I can do it. I've had dread in there. I can have anything.
Oh yeah, then you're good.
I'm good.
Good for you.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to my guy Dread.
Dread. He's awesome.
All right, so
what?
You don't have chemistry with all of them. That is the thing. People think that male talents, like they love every fucking girl that you get sex with. And
I try to explain that. I actually have a lot of fans that write into me. Some of them are like couples that try to understand the dynamic because they're thinking about like fucking other people, together, not swinging per se, but just like exploring their sexuality, like desires a little bit outside. And they're not understanding of how you don't have to be in love with someone. I don't have to be like completely 1000% into you just to fucking have a good time. Yeah. And it's hard to explain that. You know what I mean?
No, facts.
Like I don't even know how to put it into words really.
You just
other
need, like,
than
a couple of things, like
you just gotta try it. Like I don't, and just know that like you and your partner, as long as you have trust and communication and respect for one another, and you lay out your boundaries ahead of time.
So important.
Yeah,
boundaries is so important.
They really are.
And communication.
Yeah, exactly.
Without
because
those two things,
if you don't have that, then obviously someone is gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Or dumped, or I don't know, whatever.
And they might not say something about that when they're hurt, and then it becomes a little seed of resentment, and then like a year later you're
expands.
like, what the fuck was that happened last year? Like,
do you remember last year when you fucked this girl?
Yeah, no,
I can't believe you. But yeah. Well, Ricky, I really appreciate you coming and talking.
Oh, you're kicking me out? Oh, wow. She did the whole segue into all right, well,
yeah, dude.
It's done for you.
Deuces.
It's tough. Well, Liquid Death.
Shout out to Liquid Death for probably the 7th time during my podcast. Please sponsor me. I love your water. I love your water. I give it out free to my guests, and it's great.
The water of porn.
It really is amazing water, though, and you're saving the environment.
100%.
So I'm just saying. But
well, it was nice being here. So
I would love for you to share. I would love for you to share your social medias, your website, where everyone can find you at to keep up with Ricky Johnson.
In the second half of May, let's just shoot for like the end of May. Fuck it. By June, 100%, go to rickysroom.com and then sign up. Bang. Also, my socials are Ricky Behavior for Twitter, Ricky Behavior for OnlyFans, and Ricky Behavior for Instagram. and Snapchat Ricky Behavior.
You're like me. You have the same thing for everything.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
try.
easiest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we haven't got removed yet. Everybody's getting removed.
Have you been deleted on one of your socials at some point? Good shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, I'm safe about it, you know?
Yeah.
I've been posting such like covered up stuff lately that no one's liking it, and people are commenting like, "Where are your
Show your
tits?
fucking titties.
Yeah, dude, where are your tits at?" Like, they're here, okay?
Yeah,
Where's-
but it brings more like, you know, like, oh, you want to see more because you don't.
yeah. I just like being like artsy sometimes, and also like, it's like, why do I always have to have my tits out?
No facts.
Like, I'm a person.
feel
I
you.
wear clothes.
No, it's like I say, it's harder when like it's just like having a conversation. You don't like when I see a titty off camera.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy to me. I'm like, oh my god, that's a fucking titty.
That
Like, I
girl's
don't know.
showing her titties.
Yeah, I'm just like, holy shit.
When you're not expecting it or whatever. Like, also, I like when women are covered up a little bit, and it makes them more unattainable, and it's very enticing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're
Yeah.
like, God, what do they look like? I just want to fucking rip her
see
clothes
them,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And then if you get the chance to, you're like, okay, I am gonna rip those clothes off.
I love it.
But yeah. But thank you so much, Ricky. I appreciate you. And everyone go follow his social medias and check out rickysroom.com.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.
Wait.
What?
It's too
Oh.
late. Can you? What
No,
are your
go ahead.
socials? Say your socials.
Everyone knows it. But
Well, just say it again. Why not?
Twitter and Instagram at the Kenzie Taylor. OnlyFans is just Kenzie Taylor.
Let's
and
go.
Yeah. What up?
Yeah. Follow that shit. You already do.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, I'm pretty. You have to. But still, if you didn't know. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. See you guys next time.
Bye.